Hello, today we're going to be working on some side bends and we're going to incorporate both restorative postures and yin postures. So the yin is more holding and stretching and finding little points of compression, and the restorative, as you know, is all about finding that support and allowing the body to release into it. So if you think about it, we're going to be sort of having a little bit of exploration into working with these kind of energy forces that tend to be more relaxing. But in this instance, the restorative will be a little bit more on the kind of yin side, and the yin will be more sort of yang energy. So it's just interesting to play with the dynamic of those two energies in this practice. So what you'll need for today is a bolster, or a thick rolled up blanket is also totally fine, and then a smaller blanket. So we're just going to begin in a comfortable seat. I'm gonna sit onto my blanket and just come into savasana, which is easy seat. So just find a sense of the sitting bones evenly placed onto your cushion, support, whatever you have. There's a kind of broadening, collarbone, the shoulders soften away from the ears. Back of the neck is long. You almost feel like you could be giving yourself a little double chin, just to feel that kind of like a lift from the base of the skull. So we're just trying to take the cervical spine back into alignment. So it might feel a little bit strange to do that, or it might also feel like a little bit of a relief. And then just close the eyes and just start to draw the awareness inwards, allowing yourself to come into the space of your energetic body. So just how is your body feeling? How is the quality of your breath? And what is the state of your mind? So just welcoming all into your experience of being here. Relaxing hips, legs, belly. You can stay with the eyes closed, or you can open them if you feel like you need to just have a look. We're going to start to walk the right fingertips over towards the right hand side, just as far over as they come. And then you might feel as though your fingers are slightly hovering off the ground, so you feel a little stretch into the eye of the elbow. And then extend up through your left arm, so finding length through that side body. You might do a little side bend over to that side, the right hand side. Ribs softening inwards. Take a couple breaths here. So we'll take it in stages. So then maybe you can place the left palm onto the ground, or maybe you can bend into your elbow a little bit. But try to have a sense that your left hip is grounding down. So you don't lift from the pelvis. We're just getting into the side body. Maybe have a little look under your right armpit. Keep extending that top arm up and over. Breathing into the belly and just noticing where you feel stretch. On an inhale, lift the top arm all the way back up. Come back through to center. Just take a moment of pause. Sort of check in with that side of the body. Notice how the breath shifts once again as you move back into alignment. we'll do the other side. So the left fingertips walk out to the side. So just pause for a moment there. Maybe the fingertips hover. Just see if you can feel that stretching through the eye of the elbow. And then take an inhale to extend up through right arm. Maybe walk your fingertips a little bit further away. Maybe place the palm down, grounding down through your right hip, extending up and opening out through the right side body. Maybe looking under your right armpit. Notice how this side probably feels totally different to the other. And then gently come all the way back up through, releasing the hand down, and just take a little moment of pause. Okay, maybe you'd like to change the crossing of the legs, or you can always come to kneeling if you like. So I'm just going to come to kneeling to demonstrate this next one. So this is going to be a little bit of a longer hold. So I'm just turning around so you can see. You're going to catch hold of your right arm with your left hand. And then from there you can kind of draw the arm downwards. So you see you get this stretch to the top of your right shoulder. And then from there you just gently start to tip. So it's a side bend for your neck, tipping your head over towards the left hand side. And you can adjust how deeply you stretch by either drawing down a little bit more through the right arm or easing off. You can play around with the tilt of your head as well. So either lifting the chin up slightly or keeping it in a little bit more. Wherever feels like you get a nice sensation that you can work into. You might close the eyes and just start to kind of explore that internal space. Noticing where you feel stretch arise, where it feels like you have those points of tension. And then just actively breathing into those spaces. sort of draw down a little bit more on that right arm now, just for the last couple of breaths here. Or you might change the angle of your head, so lifting the chin maybe, to find a different angle on the stretch, or stay as you are. And then gently release the chin so it drops down towards your chest. Release the arm. And then take a little in-breath to lift back up through to center. Just notice how you're feeling on that side of the neck. So we'll go ahead and do the other side now. So this time the right arm reaches around and catches hold of the left. So again, you can sort of play around with just that feeling of drawing it downwards first. And then allow your left ear to drop towards your right shoulder. Sorry, right ear to your right shoulder. That would be interesting if you could get your left ear to your right shoulder. Okay, so just looking for that point to stretch. Finding a place you can breathe into. For the last few breaths, gently start to lift the chin or change the angle of the stretch by drawing down the shoulder a little bit more. start to release the chin by dropping it towards your chest. Release the arm. And then gently inhale, come back up through to center. Okay, so just release the legs because we're also giving them a little stretch if you're on your shins or sitting in Sukhasana. So you might feel like you need to give the feet a little rotation. Okay, and then gently grab your blanket. So we're going to use it as a little support for under the knee. Quite nice to just make sure it's nice and smooth so it's not bunched up, don't have unevenness. So let's start by stepping the right foot forward, and then you'll take your left knee onto the blanket just so you have that nice little bit of cushioning. And then from there, reach the arms straight up. And you're going to take hold of your left wrist with your right hand and just kind of gently encourage it up and over to the right hand side. So I'll just turn around so you can see what I'm doing for a moment. So a little side stretch like this. So we're getting a little bit deeper into the front of the left hip. Try to relax as much as possible to allow the stretch to go a little bit deeper. You can do this by just deepening the breath into your belly. Okay, just a few more rounds of breath. Making them slow and smooth. And then inhale, come all the way back up through to center, releasing the arms. We're going to come into a rebound. So I'm just going to move the blanket off to the side and lie onto the belly. You can also lie onto your back. Make a little pillow with your hands, arms. And just noticing all the sensations that occur after being in a long hold. Maybe tingling, or vibrations, pulsations. All normal. It's all welcome. Gently start to make your way all the way back up. Find your blanket once again. Placing the right knee onto it. Step the left foot forward. Okay, just finding your stability first. Then we'll reach the arms up. Catch hold of the right wrist. And then it's a side bend over to the left. So we're getting deep into the psoas as well. Muscle that connects the upper body to the lower body, breathing through the right side of your body. Softening the breath into the belly. Can be open, or the gaze can be gently forward. Might be easier for balance with the eyes open. gently release the arms. Relax the hands down. We'll come back into that rebound pose. So if you had one arm crossing over, do the opposite one now. Maybe you prefer to lie on the back, that's also totally fine.